Hello, my name's Denny, and this is my plant-based journey. Today, we're going to make gravy. Yes, I said gravy, and the good news is this one does not have any flour and it has no oil. This is made from navy beans. And I think you're going to enjoy this recipe. I've made it a couple of times and I thought I might just share it with you today. So if you want a healthy alternative to add to your potatoes, put on some bread or whatever it might be, I think you need to try this recipe. You can have navy bean gravy, and I promise your friends and family won't know that you didn't make it with shortening and flour fried up to make a roux, adding milk and making this gravy. You won't need all that. You won't need the beef drippings. It's not necessary. You can make it with beans and you will love the taste. So let me tell you a little bit about it. First off, I went to the store, I picked up 3 cans of navy beans, and as I was looking, I want to give you a little word of warning. I looked at some of the major brands of beans because I wanted to see what was on the labels. And I'll admit that normally what happens is I go through and I read the labels, I find the one that I want and I use it over and over and over. That way I don't have to keep reading the labels. But I thought I would check out what varieties were available and try to figure out what would be the best one for this gravy. Well, when I did, there's one of the major brands that when I turned the label around, the can around, and looked at the back, it actually includes bacon. Now on the front of the can, it doesn't describe that it has bacon or oil or that fat in it. It doesn't say anything about it. It just has the brand name and navy beans. So be very careful. Make sure you read the labels. The one that I purchased does not have all of those kind of additives in it. It was beans and seasonings. And so I took these 3 cans of beans, I added them to my Ninja, I blended them up till they were a puree. And I'll show you all that here in just a minute. And while that was going on, I cut up some red onions and some mushrooms, and I decided to split this batch in half. Now, I love the onion and mushroom in my gravy, but some of the people in my family just like it plain. So I made 2 batches, and I sauteed the onions and the mushrooms in a pan with water, as you'll see. And then I began to add the beans to the 2 separate pans. I began to add my seasonings. Now, the seasonings are onion powder and garlic powder. Then I added rosemary, thyme, and sage, but just small amounts of each one of those, just a hint of the flavor. And then if you would like salt and pepper, you can add that to your taste. And then kitchen bouquet. That takes it from the white color to a dark color, and it gives it that appearance of having the beef base or the beef drippings in your gravy. It does not. It just gives it color and a little bit of flavor, and if you read the label on Kitchen Bouquet, you'll see it's made from vegetables and seasonings. So it's something that will give you that color and a little flavor. You could also add soy sauce to it, Bragg's Aminos if you wanted to, or you could get a vegan Worcestershire sauce, which might provide a little bit more of that beefy flavor if that's what you're looking for. But I add all these ingredients together. I heated it up on a low setting so that it doesn't scorch on the bottom, stirring it frequently, and then I added it to my potatoes. I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes. We mashed some of those up and made a great dish. Let me show you what it looks like as the final product. All right, there you go. Some Yukon Gold and some mushroom gravy. And it looks great. It looks just like any gravy that you would have made in the past before you went plant-based. It looks like something you would find in a store. So I've got these Yukon Gold potatoes. I've got some of the mushroom gravy. And there's only one thing left to do. And I'm good at this part. Let's get a bite. Oh man. This is so good. I promise you, you will love this recipe. In fact, there's no time to talk. You guys do something else because I'm gonna eat. Oh man. You will love this. I promise you. You have to try bean gravy. You will love it. Here's how I did it. All right, it's not complicated at all. No shortening, no frying any flour, making a roux, no adding dairy products to it. I blended up navy beans and added seasonings. It's that simple. If you want to do the onions and mushrooms, that's fine too. It'll take you just a couple of minutes longer. But can you imagine making some mashed potatoes, keeping them in the refrigerator, making some of this bean gravy and having it ready to go? You go to work or go to travel like I do so much. You can take these potatoes and gravy and go with you and slap them in the microwave and you're good to go. If you come home and you have mashed potatoes in the refrigerator ready to go, or you made oven fries, or whatever it might be, and you need some of that gravy, you're talking about blending 1 can and adding some seasonings. It takes 5 minutes. It's so simple. And I promise you have to try this. Taste it. It's awesome. Put in whatever seasonings you like, make it your own, and share below what you did with it, because I know you're going to love this gravy. No flour, no oil. It's awesome. Make sure you share it, like it. Go over to my Facebook page if you want to send me a private message, but tell me what you think. My name is Denny. This is my plant-based journey. You guys have a great weekend.